I'm hearing awakening from the distortions of a dream state into repair. So really specific message, okay? So let's find out what this is about. It could genuinely be that your dream state right now is speaking to you and allowing you to see things from a clearer, bigger picture, right? Stepping back. Yeah, the Five of Swords here. Four of Wands. There's some kind of mental clarity happening for somebody in order for them to find their alignment, but it's taking longer than they'd like. It's trickling in, okay? They're reconciling with past selves of themselves. Past versions of themselves, okay? Strength card and the Ace of Wands. And this is actually preparing them for, it's almost like this like courageous, passionate energy that I think has been really distorted. Specifically, it's been in distortion, okay, in the past. Ooh, High Priestess. Yeah, it's been imbalanced. Whatever this energy is, what used to fire them to move forwards, it's been an imbalance. But this is a beautiful clarity coming through, okay? 444 is significant here, okay? Whatever this is, someone's really taking their time right now. But there's also this energy of being mindful that you're not just hiding away and keeping yourself away from where you truly want to go. It's about no longer allowing that inner child to take the lead. It's you mastering the reins, right? There's some kind of opportunities, communication coming through here, okay? Where there was past regret. Someone's had regret here. But there's this energy of just wanting to look forward now, moving ahead, okay? Working in collaboration is important to take these actions. And I think there's something about honesty coming through. So honestly, ask yourself, what has been worth your the work you've been putting in, the digging you've been doing, that's taken, it feels like, that it's taken its time, because that's what healing is. It takes time, right? As much as we all want to wake up feeling amazing. And sometimes that's what happens. There's this beautiful, like, in your dream state, divine comes through and just sprinkles their magic into your dreams and into your life, and you wake up feeling refreshed, right? Other times, there's something about really getting down and dirty and accepting where you are holding yourself back specifically is what I'm hearing, okay? There's massively been third party energies here, and I do feel like this is a really lusty energy. The Devil, Three of Cups. Someone just, I think that they keep allowing themselves to be led by this, okay? This is what's causing that indecision, because it's like they're not sure how much they can. I'm hearing specifically the Sun card as well. Resist whatever it is that keeps bringing them back. So again, it could be just the way they interact with others, their communication style, their attachment style is coming through. And that doesn't have to be with other people. That's generally how you connect with anything that you do in life, okay? So it could be money, even the arts. Maybe there's some kind of creative spark here that's wanting to be reignited, okay? But I think that someone has some really secret hidden addictions that, I think that they hold shame, if you will, for this. They're not sure, it's like every time they want to move and walk away from this, they see all the temptations, they want to follow their heart, but then it could be some kind of online addiction or something. I don't think they realize they're going through the process of healing right now. And it all starts with them healing their heart, because this is where their addiction comes from, whatever was not fed to their heart space, whether it was from a very young age all the way to this day. The love, the unconditional love and the protection they didn't receive, because everybody in your life, in society, there's a role for everybody, right? A mother has a role, a father has a role, sister, brother, whatever. But ultimately, the true situation for most people is that actually not everybody fulfills those supposed roles. What you begin to realize as you're healing is you're the one who gets to fulfill those roles for you, which I know sounds a bit wild, but when people are operating from their own hurt, wounds and pain, they can't fully show up in the role that they're here for, okay? Which is why they always say one of the most the best things you can do for your own children is to heal. That doesn't mean you're perfectly healed when you have children, obviously. Someone's really thinking so much about what they desire, and they really want to work towards this. It's just this heaviness of whatever this is. I'm really getting something to do with online here, okay? They want to take that leap. This is someone who, this is really, it's kind of sad because they really want to. They want this new beginning, this creation. They're very nostalgic right now, 6 of Cups. Really thinking about it, but at the same time, as they think about wherever this is, what they truly desire and have done from a young age, they're also really thinking about the heartbreak they've experienced from a young age. But again, that's part of the healing they're currently going through. They need to be doing this right now, because what this is doing is actually helping them to remove and peel back the layers that are needed to be removed and peeled back for them to truly go towards where their heart is desiring them to, okay? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that you can get it now, kind of thing, okay? So the clearer you are on what you truly desire, the more that you can ensure you're being that person who receives that. Which is when you'll begin to realize you are worthy, because you're treating yourself accordingly, okay? Allow that little you, allow that kind of young, youthful spirit to come through. Yeah, in an innocent way. It doesn't have to be kind of, anything just like fueled by a impulse or whatever. Something about worth waiting for here. So divine timing is at work right now. Okay, so if this is someone you're connected to, hold faith. It's safe to love. Love that card. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And love isn't just romantic love, right? When you really step back, you recognize that you have it within you to hold that space for divine love for all of everything and everyone around you, for existence, truly. Which can feel, when you're in a dark space, it can feel like everything is dark and you just, but you are the spark. That's the whole point. You need to recognize that you are that divine spark. You literally are. There's something about really learning that you are lovable. Holding self-respect, which is how you make the decisions in alignment with who you want to be, who you are here to be, okay? The more you learn that, the more you act accordingly, the more you'll feel better about yourself and not, keep repeating a vicious cycle where you're telling yourself that you're not worthy or you're not lovable, but you're acting in a way that you're then reinforcing that habit or that way of thinking within yourself. So you're not going to see your worth, right? Something about spiritual, religious factors here is coming through that's influencing somebody right now, okay? And it has done some from when they were young age, okay? So that doesn't necessarily mean healthy ways. It can sometimes be imprinted, conditioned mind spaces as well that has influenced somebody. So there's definitely this energy of staying optimistic and what it is that you desire. Already you know what it is, you know who and what it is, and it already exists for you, okay? It's already divinely written. Expect powerful change. It's a new moon eclipse. The end of a tough cycle approaches. There's going to be a full moon in Capricorn that's going to be really important for somebody. Have faith in your dreams. Literally, confirmation. Yeah, the full moon that's going to come up. Ooh. Sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone actually means doing the things that you truly desire, want to, making those decisions, even though it's so much easier to just continue what you already know and what even your environment is telling you to, right? It's feeding into. Luck is on your side. Sagittarius energy there. That's really beautiful. There's something about that just came through as really joyful. Also something about Jupiter, because, Jupiter and Sagittarius. So the new Jupiter in Cancer is going to be important for somebody, this transit that's taking place, okay? Taking time to breathe out, recognizing and honoring what you have been through and where you have come as a result of this, okay? A fiery climax approaches. Work through your fears, okay? This is why you need to take time to breathe out. Nothing's going to come of that tough cycle that you've been through. A new start is coming. Okay, that's that have faith in your dreams as well. So there's going to be a state of balancing internally and externally, whatever's happening here, okay? Working through those fears in order to not repeat this way of kind of acting and thinking the same past cycle that you're actually coming out of. That's that powerful change that's taking place, which is why your dreams, which are divinely planted, right, are really asking you to believe and trust. Believe and trust. Especially, there's something really big about dreams for somebody here, okay? This is a prayer before you go to sleep that's on here as well, okay? So it's really about when you enter your dream state, do so with so much faith and trust in divine. Go forward fearlessly. That'll be coming up soon for somebody, okay? And pay attention to what's coming up, because sometimes what's coming up is showing you, you don't realise it, but it's something that's, it's almost like testing you in terms of how are you going to respond to this, because that's going to determine what happens next in your actual waking reality. So it's, again, your subconscious saying, are you ready? Yeah. And it's okay if like you're not reacting all perfectly or whatever that even means. It's always about observing your reaction. Yeah. So you can understand yourself better and do better next time. When I say do better, I feel like that's how somebody feels, because I wouldn't normally have said it like that. Okay. This is your life's purpose. So you know what it is, what you're moving towards, what your heart is truly desiring. Okay, that imbalance comes from that inner state, recognizing your worth, not allowing like these 3D constraints to limit you and restrict you in your truth, right? Something about, self-respect. It's not about external validation. It's about how much are you validating yourself. And ultimately, this is what it all comes down to. Everybody knows how the journey ends for everybody, okay? Don't bother, like, just focus on you. This is your moment. There's so much. I just feel like this wave of, oh my God, you have it all within you to change that now. And it doesn't happen overnight, no, but that's part of your journey. That's part of your beautiful, gifted journey. And have faith in yourself, even when it feels dark, which is not, let me tell you, many people in this world have gone through that darkness, right? So don't feel alone in it either, okay? Focus on divine and perfect health. It's not about, pleasing others and making decisions that are actually unhealthy for you. This is about you, focusing on your divine perfect health, your divine alignment, whatever that means for you specifically. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. I feel like that's massively to do with external factors, influences, okay? Changing that environment, really. And if you can't physically change the environment, it's kind of like about the decisions that you're making, where you're what are you consciously receiving from who and what and where, what you're allowing to seep in, right? Be gentle with yourself. It's not about perfection. You're in the human experience. If you were perfect, no one would be human if they're supposedly perfect, okay? That's just ideals, okay? Forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. That is so important for somebody. A favourable outcome. So that's why when you leave that unhealthy situation, it's come out in the same, okay? There will be a favourable outcome as a result, okay? And recognise what unhealthy situation is for you. It's not the same for everybody. It's going to be for you, and you have to learn. It's like trial and error. Life is almost like trial and error, okay? Prayer will help the situation. Whatever your purpose is, that feel like, you're embodying your strength to really take that stand and take that position, take that throne, if you will, on your life purpose. It's really about you being gentle with yourself and praying about this. Yeah, whatever that means to you. Again, everybody has their own beliefs and faith, right? It's holding firm in that faith. That comes from the heart more than anything. Okay, explore your options. So that's to do with someone's health. So whatever it is that if there's certain decisions you're making, it's time to start looking elsewhere. Like as in, if you're deciding to take something into your system that is not healthy for you, because it's not, then what's the alternative? There's always an alternative, okay? You create this situation, you have the power to change it. There's also an energy here of not giving up on something before it's even had a chance to begin, if you will. If your heart's calling you towards something, it's because you're being divinely guided to go within and ask yourself, yes, your heart has been hurt in the past. This is clearly somebody who's because if someone's stuck on this, it's really influenced kind of the self-worth aspect. It's gone mentally and emotionally. It's really influenced somebody, okay? But then it's really about not trying to control the outcome to be a certain way, and understanding what it means should different expectations happen, okay? So you can handle whatever comes, right? And whatever happened in that situation with that person or that situation, environment, whatever it is, okay, doesn't mean it's going to repeat. You recognize who you were in that version of you as well, okay? So you can really, I say do things differently, but also trust yourself. There's this major need to kind of trust right now. So there's something about learning how to trust yourself, which is what's going to allow you to hold faith in where you feel like you are guided. And also, you know, that optimistic kind of energy that was coming through, staying optimistic. Instead of kind of falling into these patterns, if there is these external parties that you just keep moving towards, or somebody does, and then they just end up in this regretful state, there's a reason they're being driven in that way. And it all has to do with A, what it is that you truly desire, and B, what it is that you truly think you're deserving and worthy of. Okay, because even if addictions are leading you and you know, making you go into a certain direction, make those certain decisions, there's still a part of you that before that next hit or whatever it is, right? And when I say that, it could be literally anything. I was saying that lustful energy was coming through, okay? Before that next, you take stock, you pause, and you take a moment, and you understand, hold on, what are the healthy tools that are going to help me to hold safety within my own heart so I can stay optimistic and not repeat these cycles? Where's your faith? Because your purpose is literally trying to align you and guide you now to move forwards. And it's all truly about you having the power within you to make these shifts. Because with this strength card, especially here, it's kind of like you're going to have to make that decision from whatever this space that you are in. And it's going to need you to stop thinking and acting in the ways that are of the past now. Okay, so it takes a lot of work, it does, and there's so many different tools available these days as well. So learn to trust your intuition, and less self-blame as well, okay? So getting clear on what you need, what you desire, because I think people forget that they have their needs, which is when you become your own priority, not expecting someone else to fulfill those or be your happiness or whatever. But really, once you fulfill that for yourself, you'll find your alignment more, you know, you'll understand your alignment better, which is why you'll understand who and what is matching that or is able to kind of, you know, match that. You'll call that into your frequency, okay? So let me know if this reading was for you. It's very specific, okay? Sending so much love.